Hey guys, I'm back with a video that I've wanted to try to do for a while, and I realized on YouTube that there's not a lot of videos about on Overwatch of like good strategies and like things to do on each map. So I've come up with an idea to come up with a plan on each map, and just pretty much make a series where I'm gonna give you guys strategies and like good heroes to play on the maps that I'm just going to do in a random order, and just pretty much give you like good team comps to run, and, like good heroes to play, just stuff like that. Usually it'd probably be like two parts: one discussing like team comps and like push defending things. For part two, I'm probably gonna do like strategies and like flanking bamboozles and stuff. So this is just something I wanted to try real quick. Sorry, I've been kind of inactive. I know it's the summer, but I've just been focusing on too many other things that I haven't really gotten any time to do YouTube that much. So just want to do this real quick, and it's just this is the first video, so don't say bad stuff like I'm doing something wrong. So just calm down. So just make sure to watch out for more of these, and eventually a part 2. And let's just get started on the first map, which is the one you're seeing right now, Dorado. Comps to run when attacking first point Dorado is, in my opinion, Ryan Zarya, with Zarya being substituted for Diva. For supports, I would say Lucio Zen, with Zen being substituted for Ana, and Lucy being substituted for Mercy. And I'm not saying Brigitte and Moira aren't good picks, but I'm just saying these four are would be the most useful on this map. For DPS, we have a wide variety. DPS, you can either run, you could run together a Hanzo, Pharah, Mei, flank heroes, Widowmaker, and maybe a pirate ship with like the Torb or a Bastion. Now, the reason I would pick these heroes is because Dorado is a very closed map. Now, it's not because of Horizon or Colony, but there's not a lot of room you can like go through. So the reason I chose these heroes is because they give you long sight lines, and also with flankers, the flank routes are really like closed off and unexpected. So flankers like maybe like a Genji or a Reaper or a Sombra or Tracer can easily get behind the team and get some freaky picks. Some key positionings for tanks like Reinhardt is usually on the payload. Usually with when you're playing Reinhardt, you want to move the payload a bit, but get really close up to this corner, put up your shield to quickly see what the enemy team has. Now, the thing with Reinhardt's shield, it is very big, so it can cover almost all of this corridor path. So people on the payload can't really get attacked, because your shield is right in the way. So that gives your teams a chance to push the payload up here, maybe even past if the enemy doesn't drop down from the high ground, and get all the way to this Fiesta area, which we're going to talk about later. But that's why Ryan is very good. The reason I say Zarya is a good pick is because when Zarya comes out of spawn, she can, if Zarya is good, she can easily build up a big grab to usually wipe out the whole team. Now, a good thing wrong with this is a good character wrong with it is Hanzo. The reason I say Hanzo is because this map is very close, and especially with his new abilities, Lunge and Storm Arrow, he can also flank teams and get out very quickly. Like in pro play, you'd see players play Hanzo and then go up there to near the HP pack and climb up the wall over and look at teams at the Fiesta area. Now, with Zarya, you can help the Hanzo, and you can build up a grab. You can easily just turn the corner, pass the payload, boom, grab right there on the Dragon Strike. easy team wipe. Now, some of you might be thinking why I put Ana on my list for supports is because since map is great for snipers and Ana is kind of pretty much a sniper, she can like stand in areas where she won't get damage and just pretty much easily do like pretty much heal her team on the payload and do damage on the high ground up there. Now a great place to stand is this arch right here where I'm standing, and this is a great place because Ana, she's very far back, so they can't really do a lot of damage. If he gets him hurt, you can go back to this cover, like throw a batonate, or like your other healer can come heal you. And this isn't really a good. This isn't really like a good flank zone because even though there's these stairs here, like it's like kind of bad because you'll be like the payload will be right here, and then the Ana will be like right next to her team. So if you flank the Ana, she could easily just throw a nade at her, at her feet, and she's going to probably sleep you, and you can just get immediately killed. It's just like actually bad. In my opinion, Pharah is like one of the best DPS in the game. She can fly forever. She has one of the best ultimates with high damage, and she also has this ability, Gust of Blast. Now, what can Gust of Blast do is it knocks people pretty far, no matter the distance. And the reason why I say she's good on, especially on this point, is she can boot people off the high ground. If you can coordinate with your team to push on them, you can get some easy kills. Now, it's also why I would say Lucio's a good pick because he can speed with his team in and just easily like be the aggressors and like take out some people. Also with Pharah, if there's like maybe their Arista or Junkrat or someone drop down, say like you didn't boot the healers, you can easily just fend them off by yourself. Like especially if it's a Mercy, because she probably gonna be focused on healing the people that you're doing damage to, and you can just focus her and kill her. Also, if it's Zen's up there, he's also a pretty easy pick, but just make sure he's not really like good at the game. If you're listening, you heard me say Mei in the hero picks for point A, and the reason why I think Mei is a pretty good pick is because of this Ice Wall. And Ice Wall, she's like right next to it. It's pretty big, and you can cover all of this little corridor, or pretty much all of this corridor, and it'll give your team free time to push. And you can also Ice Wall there and block their line of sight, so you can get some easy time in the payload. While like maybe like you have a Tracer that's flanking, and she can just easily like kill supports without them having not a lot of room to move. And another thing with Mei is say your team makes it to the end of point A, like here, and then you see someone coming, boom, Ice Wall, and they can't get past, and they're gonna waste time trying to go through this corridor, or maybe waste more time trying to go this one, and then you're gonna get first point A first, or you're gonna get first point on this map, and you can pretty much just like set up for pretty easy map win in the end. So that's why, in my opinion, Mei is a pretty good pick. What most teams tend to do when defending point A is they would either stand on this high ground or this high ground, maybe some span characters here like Junkrat or Hanzo. And in my opinion, this is a really good spot because they're like some people may say that this is the best place to defend on point A, but the reason why I say it's not because of the Pharah pick I gave earlier. She can easily just boot people off. There's like pretty easy flank routes, like maybe even there. Some may just like go around up the stairs and like down this way and get forced off. So it's not really a good place to defend, in my opinion. I would either say this high ground is better because you can easily see the payload and what team comp they're gonna run, and you can easily just counter them, especially if you're running with like a snipers like Widow or Hanzo. You just get easy picks really quickly, and you also like watch more like many more flanks. Like with this high ground, you can only watch one flank, which is like this one only down here, and you can't really see this one because it's so far away. especially from here, it's like kind of far. So like you can just easily walk up these stairs and flank the team. But with this high ground, you can watch pretty much every flank. Like say, from here you can spot like maybe a Trister comes up main spawn and blinks this way. You can easily recognize that she's gonna flank through left, and you can also watch the stairs right there. And also, if your team has a Widowmaker, she can place a Venom Mine for any more flankers. So this is why I think this high ground is the best for defending point A. For tanks, I would say the best run is Orisa, which can be subbed for Orion, and Hog, which can be subbed for Diva. Now, why I think these are the best, because Orion and Orisa, they have shields that can provide cover for your whole team, and Diva Hog can get easy picks onto like any people that are flanking. So like say Trish is flanking, Dorado has the hook, and he can just pretty much just ruin their entire plan of trying to get a pick, and you can just snowball into a first full hold. And Diva can also like block ultimates that are coming in. Say like I get an example for Zarya Hanzo combo. And so she can just pretty much mitigate that entire comp. For supports, I would say you could run either a Mercy, which can be subbed for a Brigitte, and Zen, which can be subbed for Moira. And a reason behind this is because the map is very Dorado is kind of a closing map, so you can easily just give one-on-one heals to each character, and also Zen and Moira's can like block combos. Like say they're doing Dragon Ball, which is just grab Hanzo. Moira and Zen can just easily pop their ultimates and just block the whole thing. Now, more people may think Moira is really good, but she gives a lot more healing than people actually think. For DPS, I would say you could run either snipers like Widow and Hanzo, or you can run hit scans like McCree or Soldier, or maybe even like I don't know, hit scan. Like Soldier, probably even a Bastion maybe, and a Junkrat. The reason I say Junkrat is good is because he can use his trap to stop all flanks coming in. Like he can put a trap here and stop that flank, or he can put a trap down there, and if it gets destroyed, it's gonna be flanked. So Junkrat is like really good for watching flanks, and he also has explosives, so he can just spam down there in that choke point. He can also just spam. He can stand here and just spam into this choke point and do like a lot of damage. So Junkrat's pretty good pick, considering he has a lot of spam, and he can pretty much just like block choke points and give himself free ult charge for an early Riptire. Now a good place for tanks to stand is usually just right here, like not like on this little like gray line, but they can like place their shields there. Like Orisa can just like put it there, and Reinhardt can just like stand like here, like where I'm standing, and just hold the shield up and provide cover for like snipers and hitscan and Junkrats like I recommended. And it pretty much like covers almost all of the attack angles. Like this is like a very small space here, and there's like not a lot of room here. They can easily just get to this cover right here, or they can just run back to their shield. Or just hide here, wait for heals. So this is why this is also why this part is really good, because it provides a lot of cover for your DPS and your supports to stay alive and get picks. So you can either stand behind the shield, stand behind this cover, or stand in this little like corridor for more cover. So this is why I think this is also another reason why I think this high ground's good. It's also great for shields because Orisa and Reinhardt are pretty big, so they can like pretty much cover almost all of this high ground, and just pretty much they won't get picked throughout the game. So when a teammate's attacking point A Fiesta area, what they usually do is just run straight forward with their Reinhardt or Ryan Zarya and just go straight to the payload, which usually be sitting here in front of the fountain or just right here in front of the point, okay? Which is the go-to in most team comps, but I would say most teams should use these flanks more often. Like, say you could use this wide flank right here and just go to this little room right here. Now, the reason why I say it's good is if you're running the same comp I recommended in this sort of video with Ryan Zarya, you could easily just burst to this room with tons of cover, and you can just run out into the enemy team. And especially, it's also better if you have a Lucio to just speed in and just pretty much kill everybody, and you can just get pretty easy point A. So if you're attacking Fiesta area, point A, use these flanks more often, especially this wide flank, or especially that room. But you can also use the wide flank because it's pretty good, but it's not ideal because kind of the corridor, and if they have a Junkrat, and you get easily spammed. But you can burst this window or like come to this high ground over here and just jump on him that way. So just make sure you're recognizing those flanks in your client's team if you're going to use them or not. For defending Fiesta area, what you want to do is just play really aggressive, or not really aggressive, but like hold really forward up to this area here. Now, like I recommended when you're attacking, to use as flanks, you want to make sure that they can't, and that they can only really use this one mid choke point here, which isn't really good. And another thing you can do is if you have a Junkrat, he can just stand in this room, like place a trap here, make sure they can't flank, and just spam into this choke point right here and do like tons of damage. And if your team has a good Widowmaker, then she can stand up here to watch the whole wide flank, or here to cover mid and get picks and get people that are flanking over here. So when you're defending, just make sure you want to play like really far forward, have good deep. Make sure your DPS are good and they stand in good positions to get a pretty easy full hold on first point. When you're attacking point B, you have to realize that the advantage is much more in the defender's advantage, because there's like much more they have like easier access to high ground than you would. So you'd have to like play it like very slowly, and try and get back to the payload, or try and push the payload. So what you want to do is, if you have some flankers, you could probably just either send them, or the play most of the time is just to send them to this customer here by this mega health pack, and either up the stairs or through this room here to get to supports, maybe like sitting back with their Ryan, or like you can take it longer and just run here to get supports. Or another thing a lot of people don't really know about is your flankers could come this way to the left side and through, and maybe like sneakily just walk through this little area in front of the church with this mega health pack by the statue, and into the bank vault. And the bank vault connects to the bank, which you can then either run up the stairs or through there to do a long flank, burst through one of these doors. Now that would usually be the better play to do than just sending your entire team just rush straight forward, because you don't have a lot of surprising damage when you have snipers in this game pretty much standing on the side ground the whole defense. Now, for this, I would usually run with the same lineup for point A and B, but you can pretty much run whatever you want, or just like change things up whenever you get point B, or maybe even in point C, which we may talk about later. And you can just change the team comps until you find out what's right for your team, and you can just pretty much just cruise through point B and just an easy win. Also, another thing I want to do is, if you have a Widowmaker or Hanzo, the Widow could quickly get this high ground up here. Maybe after the fight ended, and they can get this high ground earlier, and they can just stand here and watch like almost this entire area, including this little door here, or they can stand behind one of these windows and get a clearer view of the defenders coming out, so you can get support picks or just anybody they see walking out. And Hanzo can also do the same thing, but just with climbing up with the Widowmaker and stay on the high ground. And they can also do the same thing if they go through the coast flank and just climb or grapple up here, keep this high ground. Now, one thing you can do is split your snipers so they can both stand here, so they can both stand, get control of the high ground. Like say maybe you have your Widow stand on this high ground right here, and have your Hanzo stand over there, or vice versa, and you just get complete control over this entire point B, and get picks, have your team push the payload through the checkpoint, and it's pretty much get an easy point B. So it's just pretty much pretty much some ways you could easily get the second point, which actually, in my opinion, is one of the hardest to take, because the defenders have such more advantage with the high ground. So if you're able to have your snipers take high ground early, or have your flankers get surprise kills or surprising flanks and get kills, then you should just easily take first point. When you're defending point B, you want to make sure that you get high ground as fast as possible. So like say like 3 people died, you want to have your team just reset, or say like you're still at point A, and like 3 people died, and your team, like the rest of the team are pushing back. You can pretty much like call your team just like come back, and don't get picked off. Like don't stagger themselves. Like say the payload is here, and you've lost people. Like it's pretty much already a lost point. Then you want to quickly call your team, just reset back to point, and try and take this high ground as quick as possible, because you do not want the attackers to take this high ground, because this is the area that will most likely get you a point B hold. And if your entire team is able to hold this area, or maybe even like have your Junkrat, or like maybe even have your tank, and maybe like your Junkrat like stand here and block the payload, then you can just easily like make sure that they can't even like burst through the door. So whenever you lose point A, you want to make sure you have high ground like almost the entire time, like say on the church or by the coast, and you want to make sure you don't lose it, because the high ground is like the most important area of this part of the map for Dorado, because it provides so many like sightlines. Like say you have Widowmaker standing here, she can watch people flank point A, maybe even the flank this way, like the right side, and probably even see like a Reaper or Genji if they stand closer to this area, like flanking that way. So just the vital thing to remember when you're defending point B on Dorado is to have high ground like pretty much 100% of the time. Otherwise you're just gonna lose like really easily. So it's just like it's pretty much the most important thing when you are defending this point. For last point, to attack on Dorado, a pretty good strategy, I would say, or not really strategy, but a team comp you just say you do is just run a dive. Now there are 2 reasons why I say run dive. One, 3 of the heroes that are part of, or I guess 4 of the heroes if you count Lucio, 4 heroes in a dive can easily just get up here to flank the enemy team, and they can also do the same thing if they just jump over that wall here and get in the same position. And another good strategy is if say like you're running a pure dive with like a Genji Tracer, Winston D.Va, and they're running a sniper, you can easily, like all of you can easily just jump onto the Widow, which would usually be standing here, or on this high ground right here, which can easily get flanked by a tracer. And also dive can easily just like they can easily just crowd the spawn, and if they get in danger, they can easily just get out just like that. So in my opinion, that's why I think dive is maybe the best option for an attack on point C. But there are other options, like you can still run like a Ryan Zarya with hit scan Widow or any sniper. But dive is probably the best way to go when attacking point C. Now if you're defending point C on Dorado, a good strategy to run is just pretty much like the same thing like I've been telling you you could run like the entire map, which is just like a tank, or like a tank heavy comp, or not like tank heavy, but a shield heavy comp with like Ryan and Zarya, or not Ryan, Ryan or Orisa, and like other like supports and DPS. But the main factor I'd say on this point is Widowmaker, and what Widowmaker can do is she can stand on like this like entire area of high ground. Like she can stand here. She got the payload pack covered. Like she can stand here, and boom, she got the spawn covered, and flank routes right here, and she also has the payload path. And here, which is I'd say the riskiest spot, but there are ways to get around this. Is right here, and she can cover that flank route, I guess, and fix those glass windows and the payload path. Now, the reason why I think it's the riskiest because this is the one that you can easily, where you can easily get flanked on. So, like I did earlier, you can just place a venom mine, like some really good spot. You can place a venom mine in a place where if it's triggered or destroyed, you'll be easy to tell that, oh, someone's flanking me. You can just easily grapple over here, like sit in a new position and wait for them to come, or you can just get off the high ground and just drop down to the point right here, and just watch the rest of the point, or the last part of the point. So Widowmaker is like pretty much like one of the best heroes in the meta at this point, like especially at high levels, because those are the more people that know how to use them or use her. But if you're like at lower, I wouldn't say lower rank, but if you're not at like a grandmaster level like me, then you can just pretty much try and get a Widowmaker, or if you're matched with a good Widowmaker on your team, you can pretty much just like ask them just play the hero and like stand on these high grounds and just pretty much just do their thing. So yeah, Widowmaker, in my opinion, is the best hero for point C when you're defending. But you want to make sure that your team also backs you up. Like say, you have the Orisa Orion. They're like holding under this bridge right here, or they're holding really far forward, by our old spawn. So I'm trying to make sure like your healers are supporting you, your tanks are making sure that you can't get flanked easily, or if you have like a peel tanks, make sure that they are helping you when you get flanked, and the other DPS are also like helping you do your job. So yeah, Widowmaker is the best hero for the last point when you're defending, but it's also the riskiest because one, you have to have a good Widowmaker, and two, you have to make sure she's protected, so that way they can just pretty much dink heads. So that was just a quick thing I had to do for the first time. Sorry if it was kind of bad. You can give me like tips, or like give me some. I'll accept criticism. Like you can tell me things I need to work on. Like maybe like my voice is like maybe too soft or something. I don't know. But I'm open to any like criticism that help me do better at this. And also I will be doing a part 2 for Dorado, because this one is like mostly discussing like popular team comps and like pushing and defending the positions for teams, and just like general stuff that you usually would see on the ladder. But part 2 will be mainly focused on like actual strategies and like flank routes. Like so, like if you came up with Overwatch League, you'd saw the LA Gladiators bamboozle play. So I'll be coming up with things like that. So that'll be it for this video. Make sure to give me some criticism on what I need to work on, or what you thought I missed out on this first episode. And I'll see you guys in part 2 later.